Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. I, I'm so elated right now because I've come quite a bit of ways, and I was just realizing that right before Spirit was like, "We're recording right now," and I'm like, "All right, we're recording right now." The little actions, the little things I was doing. It's the little things that leads to bigger things. A lot in the little, baby. A lot in the little. What I need to talk to you about right now. I actually wrote this down a while back, and Spirit was like, the time's going to come, and the time came right now. The path that you're on to your spiritual enlightenment is paved with many materials. I did not say that wrong, did not stutter. The path to your YOUR spiritual enlightenment is paved with many materials. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's not gonna be one main. I'm sorry. There's not gonna be just one thing that's going to be your only main source of your personal enlightenment, awakening, and for movement on this journey. Like you're just not going to be able to listen to a bunch of people on YouTube and think that that's going to give you just what you need on your journey. You're going to need to sit down and think about what they told you. That's a different material. You're going to need to get the meat out of that and spit out the bones. That's a different material. You're going to need to know how this applies to where you are right now in your journey. That's a different material. But then when you listen to Spirit, which is the best material, Spirit will lead you to listen to things that you never even thought about. That you wouldn't even think would be anything to do with what you're doing, your goals, your aspirations, what you feel like you're being led to do. But there's something in it the Spirit needs for you to hear. Because in that thing, that's a different material along your journey. That could be a binding agent. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that could be a binding agent to put all these things together for you. So that way you're not, your road is now cohesive. There we go. Cohesive. Sometimes Spirit wants to give you wheels instead of you just walking all the damn time. And so in order to do that, Spirit is going to need to make sure that you have all the right binding agents. So when you get the wheels, you're not rolling over cracks and potholes and bumps. Your wheels are running smooth. Oh, yes. Spirit just told me I have to revisit this later because I just said something good that I'm not going to remember when I'm done. And I'm okay with that. And see, and that's part of my path. That's why I do this. because part of my material is putting this recording down so somebody who is moving in their chosen specific path, who knows that this right here isn't it for them. Because I know my energy is something. I know my energy is something spectacular that is very unique. So if our paths have crossed, not only is this a material on your spiritual path and journey, but it's also different material on my spiritual path and journey. Every time I do this, I'm doing something, but it's not just the material I'm using on the path of my own journey. It's also the binding agent that I'm using for my temple. But that is something else. For me moving in who I am and coming as far as I've come, I've become very, very much aware of who I am. And so things have become to move a different way. But the same way. Because when you start to learn who you are meant to be, you start to get different kind of access. Your materials get better. And sometimes you'll have to go back around and visit some old things so you can use the new material that you've learned to strengthen what you once knew. Because you're moving in your spiritual responsibility. You're being responsible for what you know. You remember the time you took out that super high spiritual deposit and promised that you're going to give it back next week. But it's been a little bit of a while for you to return that spiritual deposit. But now it's time for you to not only return that deposit that you took out, but put in more extra. You don't always want to walk on dirt on your spiritual path, because that dirt also comes in different forms. There's packed dirt, there's loose dirt, and we all start out with the loose dirt. We're kicking up dust. But do you know sometimes if you just stop for a second and just stomp your feet up and down where you stand, not only do you pack that dirt down, but you're also making a stand where you are that you're not going to keep moving in this craziness, man. And sometimes you have to pack that dirt down, moving back and forth, going left to right, going up and down like a stamper that they use whenever they make some roads here in the U.S. I've been blessed that Spain, what's up? Y'all have tapped in. I appreciate you. That the stampers here, they go back and forth, up and down, and sometimes you have to do that with your feet. Even though it feels like you're not moving anywhere, your feet are moving, and you're stopping the dust from going up and down. You're packing the dust into the ground, so that way, when you move through, you're not having to deal so much with all that extra shit coming into your lungs, all that dirt falling onto your person. What you're doing is you're going through lessons to see if you really learn this lesson, because sometimes it's one action, one scenario that holds all the different keys and pieces that you're needing to get through and open the door to the shed that's holding all the gold that you're seeking right now. Notice I said all the gold that you're seeking right now. Because it's what you do with that gold that helps determine how the road goes further up for you ahead. Because understand, it's all coming together now, Spirit. Understand that these things that you're finding along your spiritual journey and road, you just hit a small mine. So if you deposit some of this in your spiritual bank, what you're doing is you're creating this city. You're creating this city so that way you're able, when you need to build these roads because they're solid, because you've upgraded these materials, you found the binding agents. Coming together. You found the binding agents to put it all together. So when you put these things, these deposits in, and when you get to the city and now you're ready to make this solid so other people can benefit from what you've done, the things that you've learned, you've got currency in your spiritual bank to pay for your spiritual workers to put this thing down. God, understand what I'm saying? Different materials, many materials. Upgrade them, add the binding agents. Find a way to mix the gold and silver with the marble. Hot damn, find something different. Be yourself and be the difference that makes your path different and stand out more than any other. I don't know what you want me to say right now, Spirit. I can't. Family. I don't even have no words right now. I don't even have no words right now. I appreciate you. I'm going to go take my speechless self and, I just hit a different energy I need to go be in. Because I know what I'm doing right now. 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 So right now I'm going to go keep doing some more watering, and I'm going to go keep doing some more harvesting from that field over there. Because it's time to go harvest from that field over there. Baby, don't. I believe it. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. Spirit, I give thanks. Family, I love you. I'm going out to my field. I appreciate you, family. I love you. Peace.